The night the stars stopped moving. There was a small mountain town where nights were always calm, and the stars looked close enough to touch. People said the sky above that town was magical, because once every few decades something strange happened. The stars stopped moving. Most people thought it was just an old legend told by grandparents to entertain children. But for Hannah and Leon, that legend would change everything. Hannah had lived her whole life in the mountain town, running a tiny bakery with her mother. Every night, after closing, she walked to Starfall Hill, a quiet place where she loved to watch the sky and let her thoughts settle. Leon, on the other hand, had only recently arrived. He was a traveler, searching for something he couldn't name. A feeling, a purpose, maybe even a memory he had lost long ago. He carried a small notebook filled with sketches of constellations, though he never remembered drawing them. One late evening, Hannah climbed the hill with a blanket and a warm bottle of tea. To her surprise, someone was already there. Leon stood at the top, staring at the sky, confused. He didn't even notice Hannah approaching. "Beautiful night?" she asked softly. He turned. "Yes, but something feels strange. The stars are too still." Hannah laughed lightly. "They don't move fast enough to notice." Leon shook his head. "No, I travel a lot. I sleep outside often. The sky always feels alive. But tonight it feels like it's holding its breath." There was something fragile in his voice, something that made Hannah sit beside him. Minutes passed in silence. Then suddenly Hannah froze, because the sky was perfectly still. Not one star flickered, not one cloud drifted. Everything looked painted, unmoving, breathless. Leon whispered, "It's happening. Again." Hannah turned to him. "Again, you've seen this before?" He hesitated, touching the old leather notebook in his pocket. "I don't remember everything, only feelings. But every few years, I end up in places like this, and the stars always stop on nights like this." Hannah felt a chill. "Why you?" "I don't know," he said softly. "But I think I'm supposed to meet someone each time." His eyes slowly lifted to her, as if seeing her for the first time. "And I think that someone is always you." Hannah's breath caught. "What do you mean always me? We just met." Leon opened his notebook. Inside, page after page showed a girl, her silhouette, her hair, her smile, her standing under a frozen sky. Some drawings were old, faded, almost weathered by time. Some were new. All of them were her. Hannah stepped back, trembling. "But I've never met you before." Leon nodded. "I know. That's why I think I've lived this moment many times, and somehow I remember you even when the world forgets everything else." The stars above them suddenly glowed brighter, as if responding. "It's like the universe is giving me one chance each time," he whispered. "One chance to say something before the night ends, and everything resets." Hannah's voice shook. "Say what?" Leon took a shaky breath. "That I found you, that I choose you, that even if the stars stop 1,000 times, I will still look for you." Hannah felt tears gather. Her heart pounded with a strange mix of fear and destiny. The sky began to move again, slowly at first, then smoothly, as the stars awakened from their frozen state. Leon stepped closer, his voice soft. "I don't know what will happen when the sky starts moving again. I don't know if you will remember me, but I will remember you." The wind blew gently. The first star flickered. Hannah reached out and held his hand. "Then remember this," she whispered. "I'm not afraid. If you come again, I'll be here." A soft glow surrounded them. Not magical, not grand, just warm, human, fragile. The stars flowed again like rivers of light across the sky. Leon smiled, and then, slowly, he faded like a dream, lifting with morning light. Hannah gasped, reaching for him, but her fingers touched only air. The next morning, she awoke on the hill alone, unsure if it was real. Except, in her hand was Leon's old leather notebook, and on the last page, freshly drawn during the night, was a sketch of her holding his hand under a frozen sky. She smiled through tears. "I'll wait," she whispered. And from that day on, whenever the stars felt a little too still, Hannah walked to Starfall Hill with quiet hope, waiting for the boy who always remembered her.